news. This is an update. Julio Foolio's final suspect has been apprehended for his unaliving. The evidence the prosecution are planning to use against the 5 suspects. We're going to break all that down. This is to catch you up to speed on Julio Foolio. Don't miss this again. The final suspect on the unaliving of Julio Foolio has been apprehended. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell at all 3 of my channels. Unique Mecca Audio Prison Stories is a new channel. Mecca Audio TV. And then we have Unique Mecca Audio. The QR code on the screen work. Let's keep this moving. All right. All right, so this right here is a big one. We haven't spoke about this in a minute. We already know that, in the Julio Foolio case, they uncovered there was 2 cars, a black Impala 2008, a silver Chevy Cruze. One of the suspect, Girthright, and his girlfriend Alicia was in the Chevy Cruze. The alleged 3 shooters was in the Chevy Impala. Just keeping you up to date on this. Now, we're going to wait and let's bring in the news program and we're going to hear what they got to say. All right?
5th person wanted in connection with the murder of Jacksonville rapper Julio Foolio is finally in custody.
He was found right here in Jacksonville. Police had been looking for Davian Murphy for more than 6 months since the shooting happened down in Tampa. This is the latest picture from his arrest. News for Jackson reporter Brianna Andrews is joining us now live, and Brianna, Murphy is expected in court later today.
He's scheduled to face a judge at 1 and is charged with first-degree murder. JSO released this picture of him sitting on the ground smiling after his arrest yesterday evening. You can see his hands cuffed behind his back. Police also shared this video showing officers walking Murphy to a squad car. He was arrested at an apartment on LaBelle Street. This picture shows the door off its hinges with dents in the front. It appears officers forced their way inside. 5 people are now charged in connection to Julio Foolio's murder.
Look at these 5 young men. You see the smile he has on his face? That's that smile of, oh, man, I got away from y'all for 6 months. You see that? He got his chin up high. He feel proud, man. He don't realize how serious this is yet. Right now, it's still a game. He's still in the mentality that a lot of the youth is in, that I'm trying to get you out of, that this is not a game. Listen, they intend for you, Davian Murphy, Rashad Murphy, Sean Gathright, Isaiah Chance, and Alicia Andrews to spend the rest of your lives in prison. They don't expect or intend for you to ever, ever, ever touch the streets again. So as they told me, because I've been in your situation, as they told me when they got me, because I had that same smirk. I sat there, my hands cuffed behind my back, and I'm smiling like, yeah, I'm going to get out of this one. This ain't nothing. That nothing turned into 26 years, and that's what I'm trying to prevent y'all from going down. That 26 years of rough road that I went down. If I sat here and tell you it wasn't a rough road, I'll be a lying mother. Everybody's bid. Yes, everybody's bid get rough at some point or another. It depends where your mind state is at, how long you stay at that rough spot, and how soon you can break away from that rough spot. I always, like I said, come we ride. I always had this big photo album about this thick, big old joint, It had like 3, 6, 9 pictures. It had 9 slots for pictures on each one of the picture sheets. and it was this thick. So you can imagine how many pictures. I refused to let the police take those pictures away from me because those very pictures was the moments that I held on to, that I did what I had to do, and just kept everything focused and just kept moving forward. I didn't let nothing stop me. But those pictures was the fuel to keep moving forward. I hope these young people have that much pictures, memories, which equate to fuel to last out fighting your appeals if things don't turn out right for you the way you would expect it. They have. Let me just play some more of this, because this one of them joints I might get emotional on. I'm not trying to do that.
That includes Rashad Murphy, who is Davion Murphy's cousin. Sean Gathright, Isaiah Chance, and Alicia Andrews are also charged with first-degree murder. Investigators say the group was involved in the shooting, caught on camera outside of a Tampa hotel. It happened while rapper Julio Foolio was celebrating his birthday back in June. Detectives identified the two Murphys and Gathright as the shooters and believe Chance and Andrews served as lookouts. And police do believe that this shooting was gang-related. And again, Murphy is expected to be in court at 1 this afternoon. News4Jax will be there and will provide updates.
All right, so that's where we at, so you understand. They not playing with these young people. Once they get you in their grip, it's a wrap. Now, let me run down this case to you, and I'm going to start from the beginning. I'm going to give you a quick update so that you know what we're dealing with. And the update to that is they uncovered there was two cars, a black Impala, a 2008, a silver Chevy Cruze. Guthright, one of the suspects, and Alicia was in the Chevy Cruze. The alleged three shooters was in the Chevy Impala. They have all five on camera in Jacksonville. Before they even made it down to Tampa, they already saw the videos and what was going on as they pulled into a Walmart, shopping center to get stuff to eat. So they just so-called, allegedly unalive someone. Let's ride. So while they riding down the highway, they said, "Oh, I'm hungry. What do you feel like eating?" "I just go to Walmart." They just allegedly unalived another human being and decided to eat. Now, a lot of y'all watching this, let me ask you this, because we know you're not going to do it, but this is just a hypothetical question. Could you imagine unaliving someone and then pulling over to get something to eat? Do you think your stomach will be able to take it? Do you understand where I'm at? Do you think your stomach will be able to take eating after something like that has happened? Now, anywhere they had to stop, right? Anywhere they had to stop for anything, they got them on camera, so they can't say it wasn't them because they got the footage of them getting in and out the car, going in all the different places that they stopped. Check out the connection on the two cars, right? We're going to show you the connection on the two cars. This the Chevy Cruze, then we're going to talk about the Impala. The Chevy Cruze, the cars were used to allegedly unalive Julio, belonged to them in some kind of way. Check it out. The Chevy Cruze belonged to Rashad's brother's girlfriend. He used his brother's girlfriend's car to go commit an unaliving, and his brother is already locked up for something totally different, serving time in prison. And he uses his brother's girl's car. So they get the license plate. Now they pull his brother's girl in it. Now, if his brother's girl has a child, they could take that child away from the mother from the act that he chose to commit, allegedly. What do you think is going to happen when the police come to her and ask her if she want to go to jail for the unaliving for life, or give a statement saying that she let, Rashad's brother use the car? What do you think she's going to say? Put it in the comments, Now, the Chevy Impala. Now, listen to this one. It's the craziest one. That's your brother's girl thing or whatever. So we understand that, right? But now, where we at with this is Sean Garthright used his mother's 2008 black Chevy Impala down to Tampa, right? He drove it down to Tampa, right? To go allegedly unalive Julio Foolio. What do you think his mother, what do you think his mother did when the detectives came to ask her, was she driving the car in Tampa when Julio Foolio was alive? How do you think his mother's going to respond? For you women out there, young ladies watching this, how would you respond if the police knocked at your door and said that your boyfriend's brother used a car to unalive somebody, or that your son used a car to unalive somebody? How would you respond to that? Rashad, right? Rashad drove the Chevy Cruze back to Tampa, and Sean drove his mother's Chevy Impala back to Tampa, and the other three jumped in an Uber, and they took a Uber home, and they thought they were scot-free. That's where their mind was at. When the police was doing their investigation, they went to Sean's house and seen the Impala there, the same Impala that was being tracked on surveillance camera at Sean's house. The car was registered in his mother's name and all. So she can go to prison for aiding and abetting her son and not even knowing what he did with it. For she thought he was out with his girlfriend chilling for the evening or chilling with his homeboys. Now, let's talk about the guns, right? Because, they got the guns, the choppers with the switches and all that. They look like some military surveillance. All right. Now, they had two AR-15 rifles that had shell catchers on them, so there was no shells left behind from that incident. Do they get a round of applause for that? Now, to you rat bastards, I asked, do they get a round of applause? The ones that feel they do, because they had the shell catchers, they feel like they want to give them a round of applause. So don't go say Unique, make audio say, let's give them a round of applause. It was a question, you rat bastards. I don't know how you guys think. You know what I mean? I know you think, because I'm not even going to get into that. Now, let me go back. The guns, right? The 9mm that was used had a switch on it. The detectives found all 30 plus rounds on the ground, right, from the shooting. That was the 9mm that didn't have the catches. Now, when the detectives raided Sean Garthright's house, they found assault-type rifles with the shell catchers on them. They waiting on the ballistics to come back on them bullets. Now, detectives found shell catchers from the 9mm that the detectives believe was a match to the shells they found at the scene of Julio Foolio's unaliving in Sean Garthright's house. Shaking my head. Now, detectives found more shell casings in Sean's house that they believed was a match from when Julio Foolio was shot in his foot on the first attempt to unalive Julio Foolio. So they been tracking that. So he got evidence from an alleged attempt on Julio Foolio's life, saved like a souvenir in his house. Why do you think, put it in the comments, he would save that? Or I still have that in his possession, much it's in his mama house. Let's not forget, that's not his house. That's his mama house. Okay? The bullets that were found in Sean Garthright's car when he was arrested matched the bullets they found at the scene of Julio Foolio's unaliving. Like I said, what is wrong with this kid, Sean Garthright, in your opinion? Put it in the comments. Because we have a lot of these type of children around us now that needs our guidance. And that's why you need to share Unique Mecca Audio Unique Mecca Audio Prison Story and Mecca Audio TV with all the youth and elders you know that's still out there carrying on. Now, Sean's mother gave the detectives all the footage from her ring camera of them all coming back to her house, jumping out the car, still wearing the clothes they were wore the night of the Julio Foolio unaliving. And the craziest part is that they didn't have their mask on, so there is a clear footage identifying them without the mask and carrying the bags with the evidence. That's one of those moments. Now, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen, because we're going to ride. Even though his mother knows she's doing the right thing, 10 years from now, when she's running back and forth, God forbid if he's convicted, to prison, to visit him, being there for him, supporting him, because she loved them, she don't know where she went wrong. 10 years from now, she's going to wish she didn't give them those ring cameras, because that's what identified their faces. Without that, they could afford this and possibly beat it. But once the mother gave them those ring cameras with them carrying the bags with their mask off with the evidence, and it's a wrap. You know what I mean? So Moms is really going to go, she's going to feel that as time goes on. Sean was allegedly attempting to escape from the police station investigation room. So 30 years, from now, if he's convicted of this crime, he can never be allowed to a lower security prison from that one attempt from the police station. Where did he think he was going to go, or what did he think they was going to do once he climbed in that ceiling and they came in the room and saw he was no longer there? Somebody put it in the comments. Come on, Sean. What are you thinking? They used their IDs to rent an Airbnb and be where they all Airbnb where they all slept, right? And at the Airbnb, they had a ring camera that recorded them going to allegedly commit the crime and coming back from the unaliving and packing up to go back to Jacksonville. So they can't say that wasn't them, because they got them on these ring cameras. Sean had a connection, right, to a female that he was texting, letting him know where Foolio was at. So will they be bringing that female in for that crime? And if this is state crime, it will be televised like the Young Thug trial. So there's going to be plenty of content to go around, because these young kids is just making it too easy for YouTube creators, man. We don't want you to make it this easy. We don't want you to do this. It's not worth it to do this. And we're telling you it's not worth it to do this. I don't know how else to tell you that. Don't get involved with the streets. There is a reaction to all your actions, and you may not be able to withstand the reaction to your actions. That's why I'm saying this nice and slow. So, as Chris Tucker said to Jackie Chan, do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? If so, please, if you're doing anything illegal, stop it, get a job, go to school, get a trade, get your life together. Don't sit in the cell for 26 and a half years and not even know your own children. I have a daughter that was 18 months when I got locked up. I came out of prison. She was 27, going on 28 in a couple of months. I left a baby and came home to a woman. I left a daughter behind that was 8. When I come home, she's 30-something years old, and she got an 8-year-old daughter. So now I'm a grandfather. Only good thing about that is I get to do it over again. But I could have prevented having to do it in the first place. And that's what I'm trying to prevent y'all from doing. From doing the stupidness and going through what I went through in the first place. Use me as your sacrificial dummy. Be smarter than me. Don't break the law. Yeah, I've been on here long enough. This is a little serious for me. Let's just tap out again on an update. Julio Foolio's final suspect was apprehended for the unaliving. I just broke down the evidence to what went on that the prosecution planned on using with the cars, the guns, Impala, Chevy Cruze, all that. Go back and watch it and subscribe at Mecca Audio TV and Unique Mecca Audio Prison Story. Let's tap out. Let's get this right. And don't forget, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe and hit the notification bell is all I'm asking. All right?
Cheers, cheers, toast the crime, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.
What? Fresh out the can of 26, yeah. He back on the strip, getting back in the mix. Yeah. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Real. Take a little gully posse and put it in hall. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, make an audio.